traders, and welcome back to another Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Stapleton with Triple Threat Trading and, of course, the Trading Underground, which many of you watched this video there. I wanted to share with you a little bit about the markets this week, and basically we're going to deviate from the plan that we usually go through, which is where I take a look at the market and I analyze some charts for you and I explain kind of what I'm doing and the process I'm going through. I give you guys some insights into the market that maybe you don't know, or maybe it's confirmation for what you're already doing. I know a lot of traders use it for that. But today we've got an interesting deal going on because the S&P has downgraded, as many of you have heard, have downgraded U.S. debt from AAA to AA+. Now, I don't have any idea how the market is going to react to this, and I think anybody who tells you that they do is absolutely fooling you. They're selling you snake oil, because this has never happened before, and so no one's really sure how the market is going to react to this. We do have a little bit of insight because the Israeli market was open. And they ended up going, I don't know the correct terminology for that particular market. They basically went lock limit down, which means that for a time being, they opened up 6% lower, and they actually stopped trading for a short time during the trading day because of the rapid decline of that market. And so, based on that, we can make some assumptions as to what could potentially happen now with these other markets. Now, the real question is, do we see a flood into dollars or for safe haven, or do we see a flood out of dollars because nobody wants to hold anything U.S. related? And that's what's really going to be interesting. And we're looking at the market here. I want to walk through a trade that we had on Friday, I believe it was. Let me just double check it. We basically came into it here on the 4th. So I want to walk through a euro trade with you, but in all actuality, anything I tell you today could radically change as soon as the market opens, because I simply do not have any bearing or any sort of foundational historical perspective to draw from when analyzing this type of situation. The U.S. markets, economists, the way they build their models has been built for years on the U.S. having this AAA credit rating. So now that is no longer the case, at least from the S&P, we're gonna have to wait and see what people decide to do with it. I think interest rates, no doubt, are not going to go higher. I think that they're going to be stable to lower as people flood into anything that's safe. And even though debt has just been downgraded, the prognosis overseas is no better. I've said all of this fundamental stuff to you, and now we're going to talk specifically on one chart about one set of technical indicators here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show you that even when all of the fundamental picture tells you one story, there are still opportunities to be had by analyzing the market technically. And by putting aside all of your preconceived notions, all of the things that you think are true about the market, and all the things that you're hearing the talking heads say on all the talk shows and things like that, for days we've been hearing, hey, market's going, dollar's going higher, dollar's going higher, dollar's going higher. Euro problems are destroying the euro currency, and euro's a mess, and so you need to be long the dollar. We ended up taking the exact reverse approach in this euro trade that I'm going to show you right now. This was the leg that I was watching, and this was something that I put out actually on the Trading Underground. There's a short dissertation on this. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail here. But before I do that, before I do the analysis, let me tell you about something that's really exciting that's happening here real soon. Is that in September I'm going to be holding another 2-week Pro Trader Bootcamp. For those of you who have never been a part of that, this is something that you want to mark down on your calendar. I'm going to have news out in a little bit about it. You put mid-September. That's what we're looking at. That's the date that we've eyeballed out here. Mid-September, we're going to have a 2-week Pro Trader Bootcamp. That's every single day. Coming in, talking about trading, talking about the technical analysis that you see here, talking about trading discipline, trading psychology, trade plan development, all these types of things that go into building a business trading. And this is a huge event. To give you an idea of how absolutely enormous this event is, we have between 2,000 to 3,000 people every single day in the live trading room, in the room where we hold the event. And this is 2 solid weeks of nothing but education and training on the markets. I have been so excited every time I do this, because every time I do, we get a whole new group of people in, and we get a whole bunch of people who come back. I've got people who take off work in order to be part of the 2-week event, and it is really exciting. And we're going to be giving away. I'm just going to, under my breath here, tell you we're going to be giving away a free trading computer from tradingcomputers.com, valued at about $2,500, and we're also going to be giving away an iPad, and we're going to be doing some fun stuff this time, guys. I want this thing to be viral. I want you to invite as many friends as you can, because there is a ton of valuable information that goes into this, and we're going to be giving away some really, really, really cool stuff at this event that is going to not only help your trading from a tactical standpoint when we're studying it over the course of the 2 weeks, but also things like a trading computer that it might be kind of nice for you guys to have a professional trading computer specifically designed for traders. So anyway, enough said on that, but mark it down on your calendar, mid-September. Don't miss that event. It's every single day for 2 solid weeks. Well, minus the weekend, but anyway, neither here nor there. Let's go back now. That's my little pitch, by the way. Let's go back now to the euro dollar and take a look at this pattern formation. Now, we have been watching this, and this basically this whole dollar strength, dollar strength, dollar strength. Look at all of these black candles, and then boom, we go white and we rally all the way back up. I want to show you exactly where we bought this thing and what we were looking at. This is what I was seeing. These were the first 2 moves that we saw. We had the impulse leg, then we had an initial retracement, and then we had a pullback. Let's draw in our Fibonacci retracements from the initial leg of the move, swing low to swing high. Now you're going to see, if I draw this in, let me bring in my 50% here. The 50% retracement. Look at how that 50% retracement holds right there. Holds price action right at that 50%. And then from that 50%, we get a rally, and we rally back into, let's take the last leg of that move, the 50% move, right up into the 618, basically 618,707 area. As the market presses down, I immediately start thinking 886. So what I'm going to do is, and just so you guys understand this, let's take it slow. Let me go through it very, very slowly. So the market has rallied here. Then we've seen a pullback, and then an extension, and now we're going to look for a projection down into an 886 of this initial leg, and this initial leg, traders, is called the X to A leg. If we're looking at X to A to B here, B to C, and then C to D, and we're looking for that D retracement at the 886 retracement of X to A. And guys, if you don't understand this stuff, don't worry about it, because this is one of the great things that we do through the Pro Trader Bootcamp, is we actually come in every single day and work on this. So if I bring in my 886, boom, you're going to see that 886 right there at 140.73. And look at how the market just stopped on an absolute dime right there. Projection comes down in, the 886, then we get, this is what's called a bat pattern, traders. Called a bat pattern. And then from that, boom, a skyrocket. Now let me see if I turn my connect to my data feed here, if you can actually see where the orders went in on this trade. Now we had some issues in the middle of the day, and so I covered half of the position. I'm trying to connect here. Let me see if I can connect. Nope, I can't connect right now. But we bought these right here, almost 144.76, I believe, is where we bought these. And we watched the market rally. We ended up coming off with part of our partial profits right here. Looking left, we saw this resistance area. The market held there. We tried to power through. The market held there on the 4-hour. And so we went ahead and covered half of our profits there, and we've left the balance open to run. And we've got another target up here. I don't know what's going to happen. This may be a really bad decision to leave our limit orders resting, because if this thing gaps really high, we're probably going to get filled way back down here. But you live and you learn. Sometimes that happens. This is a rare event here. But what I'm showing you, traders, is the power of, we just got done talking about all these fundamentals and how we don't really know what the market's going to do, and we don't know, what decision to make here. And the simple fact is, traders, is that you don't have to know what the market's going to do. You don't have to try and make a decision and predict where the market's going to go based on all of these factors that are very, very new. You have an opportunity, if you understand technical analysis, if you understand the do's and don'ts about how to read a chart, about how to apply a set of rules and conditions to the market, you have an ability here to enter the market almost at the very bottom. Regardless of what's happening on the fundamental side, you guys don't have to worry about those news events. You guys don't have to worry about how the market's going to react to this or that. All you have to do is look at the chart and be able to identify clearly what the highest probability trade is going to be. And as we see the market coming down, guys, as we got long this market, I know you see this pretty white candle here, and you see all these white candles up here, but this was red, 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 we get long. You are literally buying a string of red candles here. You have to trust that your methodology is going to pay off, and right here is a great example of that. But again, I'm harping on the fact here that because we're in a time now of uncertainty in the market, which is truly groundbreaking. We really never have seen something like this. It's not like we haven't seen something like this. That's what people say, and no, we've really seen it 5 or 6 times. We've literally never seen conditions like this in the market. And so it is going to be literally impossible for us to try and figure out how the market is going to react when it opens. But what we can be prepared to do is analyze the charts and tell us, where do we need to be? Do we need to be long? Do we need to be short? What is the chart telling us? Because we might get burned a couple of times on these really wild news events that affect the market, that causes fear and greed to enter the market. But over the long term, the market will always tell you what its intention is. The market will always tell you what it wants to do. And clearly, this is a great example of that right here on the euro dollar, where we moved from basically 140.75 to 142.80. That's a 200 pip move right there that we were able to capture because we're trained technicians, because we understand the language of the market. And so, guys, as you go out over this next week, what I want you to do, what I want you to focus on, is not on all of the talking heads and pundits and all of the news that's flaring out there and all of the, fear and panic and pandemonium that is no doubt going to exist. What I want you to focus on is being calm, being rational, analyzing the chart, and trading the strategy that you've laid out with consistency and discipline. Because, guys, ultimately that is what is going to pay. That is what is going to make you money over the long term. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. Until next time, good luck and good trading. Be looking out in your email for the Pro Trader Bootcamp coming in mid-September. You guys are going to want to be a part of that. I've got great training lined up even before the event starts. So as soon as that comes out, as soon as you see that hit your inbox, be on the lookout. Triple threat trading, anything that says triple threat trading, you're going to want to grab because there's going to be some good content with it. So until next time, guys, good luck and good trading, and I'll talk to you soon.